woman applying gray foundation to her face, then she puts on black lipstick, and finally the whole body is gray. Takes out the mirror for a closer look, checking before leaving the house. A woman lives in Pleasantville. It's a world without color. One day while playing cards, the woman sees that the cards in her hand are red. The woman panics. Why is there color in a world without color? It starts with David and Jenny. One day they were fighting over the TV remote control. Jenny accidentally pushed the button, and they were sucked into the TV. Jenny was confused when she saw herself covered in gray. Then an old man appeared on the TV. The old man tells them that you have traveled to Pleasantville. In this film you are the children of the main character. David and Jenny can't go back now. We have to go along with the plot for now. It's a good thing that David's knowledge of the Pleasantville plot. It's all rotten in the stomach. Life here is the same. David throws a basketball, and hits it 100%. David thinks it's a nice place, but Jenny is sick of the same breakfast every day. The firemen only catch cats every day, and he's desperate. Then a little brother calls out to Jenny. His face was so handsome that Jenny's eyes went straight to him. She was intrigued. According to the plot, Martin liked Jenny. Soon after, Martin asked Jenny out to Lover's Haven. Lover's Haven is a dating mecca. All the couples just sat in the car and talked. What kind of relationship is that? Jenny decides to do something different. A deeper relationship. The couples next to her were amazed. They'd never seen anything like it. There were a lot of mixed feelings, but Martin's heart was full of joy. And on the way home to find the uncolored Pleasant Valley, a red rose had grown. When my mother was playing cards, she saw that all the cards in her hand were red too, because she had never seen color before. People thought it was a disease. Went to the hospital for closer examination. Mum found out the source of the color was Lover's Harbor, so she asked her daughter Jenny about it. Jenny told her what happened last night, because Mum and Dad had never experienced it before. He had only imagined it during the evening bath. That's when the yard burst into flames. David rushed to the fire brigade, but they didn't know what the fire was. David was so desperate that he said a cat was hanging from a tree. They were quickly dispatched, but the firemen, who had never seen a fire before, did nothing about the blaze. David himself took a water pistol and gave it to the fireman. It's hard to believe that this is coming from a fireman. After this incident, David became a hero. People wondered how David knew about the fire. David told everyone about the outside world. David said that when a book was blank, words would appear. After that, the book wasn't blank either. There was a long queue at the library. As ideas were liberated, there were more and more people with color, and this made the mayor unhappy. The mayor invited David's father to resist color, but now Mum has color too. To keep her husband from finding out, he had to paint his body gray, disguised as black and white. That's when the old man finds David, because the old man realized that the Pleasantville plot had gone awry. David and Jenny were told to go back to the real world, but David didn't want to go back. He wanted to change it. This day my mother was being followed by a group of gangsters. They were swearing, as the punks were about to strike. And the next moment, the punks saw the colorful blood and fled in fear. Mum pulled out the mirror. David found that where there is anger and deep love, there would be color. And that's when a picture of Mum appeared on a wall in the street. There was a flurry of insults. They smashed the wall and smashed the studio to pieces. But at the same time more and more colors appeared in Pleasant Valley. Pink woods and green lawns, purple water lilies and red roses. More and more people were becoming colorful. The mayor felt that things were getting out of hand. He called a meeting and called for a boycott of color. They went around driving out people of color, burned all the books, making unequal treaties. In the face of the mayor's crackdown, David and the others had to hide in their homes. But hiding was not an option, so David and the painter took advantage of the late night. They painted the walls of the mayor's house with color. The next day people looked at the colorful wall. There was more and more controversy, but the two men were also taken to jail. The mayor read out David's crimes in court. David denied them all. David came to his father. He confronted his father with the love of his mother. The father looks at his beautiful wife, and she sheds tears. Instantly the father had color too. Then everyone else had color. Then David's heated words made the mayor of the town furious. The mother dropped a mirror. The mayor saw that he too had color. The mayor ran away, and from then on the Valley of Joy was full of color. The people had freedom of thought and freedom. When all was said and done, David went back to the real world, and Jenny chose to stay here. Life is not the same. No one likes the same old thing. Interesting souls are always different.